it's Amy K and welcome back to Sim by Design with another speed build, and it's finally here. It's my Dine Out restaurant build and I'm so excited. I love the way it turned out. I love all of the amazing build build by objects that they have given us, and and even though I'm not much of a Sims player, I'm just normally a builder. When I was testing this, which I will get to in a minute, what the problems are I found when I tested this, um, I actually really enjoyed playing this when I was testing it. So I probably won't do a let's play, but if I have free time, I'd probably play this expansion because it's awesome. First, I did I did actually all of the building of it. I didn't do any um, wall coverings or floor or anything like that. Before the game came out, I did the entire build and then some decorative exterior, like what I'm doing now with this lattice work. I did that. Some of the windows, which the windows are a mess for me. I don't remember if I cut out the part of me doing the windows, but I switched around the windows like 5 or 6 different times. But I think that's all I did before before the pack actually came out. And then the rest of it, so this is a pretty long video. I don't know if you've actually noticed. It's a very long video, and I had to speed it up even more than normal to get it to be shorter. It was like, I think almost a half an hour build, and I didn't want to split it up into 2 parts because I'm doing that right now with the San Francisco one, and I didn't want to have to do one today and then one tomorrow, because I really wanted to get this out to you guys. I know everybody did theirs on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I like to keep to my Friday schedule, plus I didn't have time to record until Thursday, which is today for me and yesterday for you guys. But this is the first time I've had a chance to actually record any commentary or anything on the video. So, there's that. But yeah, so it's kind of sped up. It looks a little laggy on my playback right now. So hopefully when I export it, it's fine. But yeah. So some of the problems I found, well, there's only one problem I found when I was testing this, and getting the screenshots, is that, and you could probably see it in the thumbnail, the chef will not go into the kitchen. You can still sit down and your sim can still order food, because I had my sim own the restaurant and I had her sit down and order food, and then I also tested it as her just going and visiting the restaurant, not as her owning the restaurant. And both times she was able to sit down, order food. It took them a little bit longer, I think, but they brought the food to my sim and to any of the other sims that visited the restaurant. So the chef just stands outside. I don't know how to fix that. If once it gets to the kitchen building part, if somebody can tell me how to fix that, please let me know, and I will probably not do a video on it, but I will redo it in The Sims and re-upload it to the gallery, which this is on the gallery as Cafe Amore. It is a fully Italian restaurant. In 2 seconds you'll see me come in to once I get the pack right here, and I'm going in and changing all of the outfits to kind of have at least a little bit of a red theme. It's like a black and red theme with the outfits, and then the rest of the build is a red, a little black, and then mostly white theme through everything. So I tried to tie that in with the waiters' uniforms. Yes. I got distracted for a minute. Sorry. But Yeah, most of it, I was gonna do that new brick all over, and I really loved it. But I ended up just doing like kind of feature pieces. And then I thought it would be kind of a good idea to make the half walls around the lattice work to be brown, kind of like support beams or something. I probably should have done the top of it brown, but it would have looked weird combining with the rest of the half wall on the roof. So I just left it white, like they maybe painted the top of it to match. I don't know. Um, but what else was I going to say? Oh, I was going to mention my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. If I do find out how to make the chef go into the kitchen, I will be updating on there when I fix the build and upload it to the gallery. I hopefully will be able to work on that this weekend. I tried fixing it or figuring out what it was because you can't really do anything with the chef. You can like go up to them and like praise them or check on them, but it doesn't really make them do anything. Like you can't say go here. I mean, you could probably do a cheat and teleport them into the kitchen, I think. But it's not like there was anything blocking their way because the like waiters were going in and out of the kitchen. But yeah. So I had those like I guess they were nectar racks from Get Together behind the bar, and I thought that was really cool. But when they had these new nectar racks, I was like, that's even better. So I stuck those behind the bar instead. And you'll see me going like back and forth on like absolutely everything in this constantly. But this is probably my favorite part. What I'm getting ready to do right now is the kitchen. And maybe this is why someone tell me it doesn't work. Like I go through a little bit of I do the kitchen one way and then I kind of revamp it again in a minute once I start like putting table or maybe I don't. I do this half wall and I'm like, "Oh, I really wanted to have like a half wall there so you can see into the kitchen," which I do eventually do, right? Like what I'm doing right now. And I think it looks pretty cool. Personally, I love it. And I kind of just built the kitchen up around that. And I know you don't necessarily need fridges, but I think I add a fridge in here. I add one of those fridges from Get to Work that's supposed to be for like a maybe I add two. Those fridges that are for Get to Work to for the science career, I believe. And I just liked them because they were see-through. Because, I mean, you can see into the kitchen and it'd be cool to see, like, they have fridges back there, or freezers that are full of, like, different stuff. It probably would have been better to have, like, maybe a bakery freezer, but I couldn't really find those for some reason. But I guess that's as best as we're gonna get. But you can always go in and change them if you don't like them. And I went crazy on the decorations, just like throwing random clutter into the kitchen to make it look cool. Since they don't really need the counter space like a normal sim would to cook things, I kind of just threw it in there and I left one like kind of open counter space that they can use if they need it. But pretty much it's just covered in like all of this random crap. And I come back in and I think I go back in and do some more stuff. I'm placing in the kind of sign, the signature sign for the cafe, and I love having those new standing signs and like that you can just place whatever on. And then the outdoor seating is pretty cool. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen. Oh, I didn't post that. I was gonna post the screenshot yesterday of the outdoor seating because the lighting is super cool. Which, by the way, I love the new lighting in the update. It's amazing. Which you will not see in to next week's video or the week 2 weeks from tomorrow. I can't remember. 2 weeks from today. I can't remember what video I have planned for 2 weeks from today. But there's a couple builds I have. Well, of course, the second part to the San Fran starter is next Friday, and I finished that before the new lighting update came out. And then I have one that I started and I'm not finished with yet because I was waiting for the tables the new like tables that you can put bar stools at to come out, because I wanted that for the dining table. But maybe I already did that with the new lighting. I don't know. I can't remember. But you might see some builds in the future, probably the next like 2 weeks, that don't have the new lighting, which it's not that big of a deal if it's not there. But yeah. So I did have one giant seating area inside and one kind of big seating area outside, so your Sims don't have to get split up if they are in a larger group. But I don't know how much they will be used. Hopefully it's not just like one or two Sims go to sit there and take up the space. But you never know with the Sims. They kind of just do whatever they want to do. Even if you have autonomy, is that what it is? Correct me if I'm wrong. Even if you have it like where you have to control everything, they still do whatever they want. And then I put this table right next to the like half wall to go. I'm just double checking the menu to see if any of those like pictures that came with like they look like photography pictures up on the wall, if any of them match, but they're all the experimental foods. So I tried to put the ones that looked the most Italian on there, because I did select the Italian specific menu because I wanted this to be super Italian. The first title I had was Cafe. I can't even say it right. Like, it's a French. It's the same. It's still Cafe Amore, but the French way to say it. So, like, Cafe Amore. But I had it spelled a little differently. And it was French instead of Italian, and they don't have a French menu. So I kept the same name, but I changed the name, if that makes any sense. And now I'm just going around doing a little bit of landscaping, because it looked weird to me when I did the entire, like, landscaping just completely concrete. So I added in the little bit of, like, trees and bushes, and I finally used some romantic garden stuff, flowers, because I hadn't had a chance to use those since I downloaded the pack when Origin had a like 30% off sale a couple weeks ago. And I think they're having another sale today where it's like 20% off. Don't quote me on that. And I think you can get like base game Sims 4, maybe base game Sims 3, some Sims 3 expansion packs and stuff like that for cheaper. I know on Twitter, Origin tweeted out a picture, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, because if I move my window, my preview of my playback will completely stop, and I won't be able to find where I'm going, even though I keep recording. But I can't remember exactly what it is. But anyways, the build is almost done. I can't believe I've been talking for 12.5 minutes already, maybe more than that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't remember what I was in the middle of thinking. This is a lot of talking for me, especially as you can tell kind of my voice is starting to go away for some reason, even though I don't feel like I have a sore throat or anything. But these trees that I put up along the back, I kind of did that to cover up the vents and stuff I put on there to kind of give it a more realistic feel, but mostly to cover up the vents because they gave it a little realistic feel and to make it look more disguised, I guess. But when I was taking screenshots, I didn't notice, you can see kind of there, that they were cutting through the wall. I didn't realize that until while I was taking screenshots, so I moved them back before I uploaded it and took screenshots. So they will not be like that in the game. But they will be like that, and they'll probably bother people right now. But yeah, we're getting into the last little bit. I'm just putting a little ivy around the place and doing some like canopy ivy, I guess you could say. Just because the whole reason I built that lattice work is since it reminded me of like something that a French or Italian little cafe. Even though this isn't a actual like cafe, it's like your sim has to come dressed fancy in their formal wear, and it's a fairly fancy restaurant. I just called it Cafe Amore because it made it sound like something in the real world. You'd be like, oh, let's go to Cafe Amore for date night, and then that's where your significant other would propose to you or something like that. I don't know, something stupid like that. But I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and I also continued the red and white theme with red lighted fountains or jets in the fountain, which I haven't tested those out at night, but I think they would look pretty cool. And you probably just noticed as I was doing it while I was talking about the fountains, I put a little drain pipe on the back to kind of separate where, or disguise the fact that it goes from brown to white on the half walls. But yeah, I'm making a little water tray station. I thought I'd put some napkins and salt shakers on there, like extra ones and an extra menu, even though I don't have them like anywhere else in the build. But just about onto the floor plan and screenshots. I think I may leave you guys here because I don't know if you can tell, my voice is starting to go and I probably need to get a drink of water. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited that Dine Out is finally here. I can't wait to do more restaurants. I already have one planned. And there's the chef standing outside. You'll see my sim, my test sim, and other sims throughout that are visiting the restaurant throughout the screenshots. But please don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I know before I said I need to be more active on there, and I'm getting more active on Twitter, and I love it. I'm stumbling over my words, but thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to give this a big like if you enjoyed it. I love seeing those likes, and I love seeing your comments. So tell me in the comments what your favorite food is. Mine is French fries or potatoes in general. And I will see you guys next week with the second part of the San Francisco split level build. And you guys have a great week. Bye.